and welcome to today's video. I hope you're ready to get creative because we have two really fun and easy crafts lined up for today. Our first craft is making some coffee filter butterflies, and these coffee filter butterflies are as beautiful and unique as real butterflies. Our next craft is going to be painting with bubbles. The paintings made with bubbles look so pretty, and they can be easily repurposed into cards for your parents, friends, or siblings. So without further ado, let's get into it. For our first craft, we'll need a sheet pan, paper coffee filters, some washable markers, a pipe cleaner, water, and a spoon. For our second craft today, we'll need bowls or cups, water and spoon, some dish soap, some plastic straws, food coloring, and paper. Let's start with our coffee filter butterflies. The first thing we're going to want to do is grab our sheet pan and 2 coffee filters. Spread out until they lay flat. And then we're going to get our markers and start making blocks of color all around our coffee filter. You can really do any design you want. You can put a ton of color on there. Just make sure that between each color you leave some white space. Okay, now that we have a design on our coffee filters, you'll notice that the colors have leaked through. That's good. You're going to get your water and just add a little bit of water, a little bit at a time, until the entire coffee filter is wet. You don't want to add too much, just until it's all wet, otherwise it'll take a long time to dry. Now that this is completely wet, we're going to wait for this to dry completely before we touch it again. So let's put it aside. Now, while we wait, let's do our bubble painting. So you're going to want to get your water again. I have 2 cups, so I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of dish soap. Just enough to make sure that it's going to make bubbles. And we can test it by dipping the end in this and seeing if it makes bubbles, and it does. Okay, so the important part of this is that you don't want to suck on the end of the straw. You just want to dip it in, because otherwise you're going to get some soapy water in your mouth, and that is pretty gross. So next, you're going to want to get your bowl that you'll put your bubbles solution into. So again, you can use whatever that you have around. I'm just going to use these paper bowls so that they don't go to waste. And I'm going to use 4 and divide it evenly. Then you're going to want to get your food colorings. So I'm going to have one that's red. And I want this to be really, really red. So I'm going to add a lot of red food coloring. Then I want this one to be just a bit pink. So I'm only going to add a few drops compared to this. This one I want to be green. And this one to be yellow. Okay, now you're going to want to move all your bowls to the side. All right. And I'm going to put my piece of paper down. This is where, if you can go outside, then I really recommend it, because it's way more fun when you don't have to worry about getting food coloring everywhere. But unfortunately, it is raining for me, so I will be doing the more tame version of this. You're going to want to get your straws and place the end in this, then pick them up and start blowing. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Now let's let it dry. It has been a few minutes, and now our bubble painting is completely dry. Look at how pretty this is. Now you can see that my colors came out pretty pastel because I didn't add that much food coloring. If you want stronger colors, just add more drops of food coloring. So the last thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make this into a thank you card for my friends. So I'm just going to fold it in half. I'm going to grab red and just write Look how nice that is. And then on the inside, I can write my message and then they can keep it. Now, Our butterfly should be completely dry. Look at how pretty that is. So you should be able to separate them really easily, like that. And then what we're gonna do is fold them over like this. Flip to the other side, fold it over, and keep doing that. So if you're wondering how big to make the folds, just the length of your fingertip is fine. Okay, so it should look like that. And we're gonna repeat the process with our other one. Then, once you have your 2 accordion strips, you're gonna wanna hold them like this. And then you want to get your pipe cleaner and put it around the center so that it ends in a big V like this. And I'm just gonna trim mine a bit to make them even. There we go. Then you can curl your butterfly antennae. And then we get the best part. We just stretch out the sides. And look at that, you have your very own coffee filter butterfly.
Thanks for watching today's Art Adventures video. I hope you loved today's crafts as much as I did. This is the 4th video in a series of 5, so be sure to check our YouTube page for any you might have missed. Tomorrow's video will be our last in the series, so make sure to join me then. If you followed along with today's video, be sure to ask your parents to send a picture of your craft to art@kawarthgallery.com and include your first name and age to be featured on our website.